put a warning up there for spoilers.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Platform Extra. We're testing this out. This is a movie review episode. Looks like Preston will be taking the lead on this with his movie review, and we have a panel here. We're going to start from left to right with the intros, and then we'll get right into it. So, Terry, what's up? What you got going on in this late Saturday?
A lot of nothing. It's Saturday. My day off. But no, I've just been like hanging out, watching Hulu and whatnot. So a lot of nothing going on.
Okay, all right. So now we got the Gooch. Hold on, let me get your intro here because I know you said you. We got the Gooch. We got the Gooch. What's up, Eddie, man? Introduce yourself and what you doing tonight, man.
What's up? This is Eddie, aka the Gooch. I've been playing Battlefield 1 because I bought the deluxe collector's edition with the statue and everything, and you know, trying to see what this game. I like games with old school war stories and stuff. So I'm checking this out. I got it at a pretty good deal, so didn't even spend over $60 for it.
Okay, all right, that's good. That's good. Who else we got? We got Big Mike. What's up, man? What the hell your ass got going on this Saturday?
Hold on, brother. I just got home from the movies, and I'm ready to talk about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I know it's going to be a little spoiler. Just before we get to Preston, spoiler alerts. So if you don't want to be spoiled on certain parts of the movie,
turn the voice down. Turn the volume down or something.
Yeah, just turn the volume down or something. Don't leave. Just know that it may be some spoilerly shit going on. So, okay, so we got Preston. Preston, what's up, man? What do you have going on tonight?
Not much. I worked over half the day, so.
So you worked and now you're ready to talk.
Yeah, I'm playing some Madden. I didn't even know we were gonna do a podcast. I was just gonna talk on PlayStation chat.
Oh shit! Well, fuck it. Why not get the views? You know what I'm saying? Why not give it to us? We're trying to add more content to the channel, and this seems like it might be pretty good. If we got this many people on a Saturday, this is pretty dope. So I'm down to do it. If y'all down to do it, I'll try to watch the movie and shit so I can get in the convo. I'll just have a bunch of questions so I can be at least in the convo. So what's up, everybody? My name is Danny. I guess I'm the host of this. I was playing a little cross out earlier, and after the show, Terry, if you want to run it, we can get a little. Yeah, because I need to get in. I'm almost level 16, and I can get that body built.
Right now, I'm just here to play devil's advocate. So
right, and get fucking triggered. I feel it. I see your chair shaking. So let's go into it. So everybody, we're talking Spider-Man. We are talking the review. The people are on the panel are giving their opinions and what they think of the show. I know Eddie's very passionate about it. Big Mike is definitely passionate. Preston is a little more reserved. And Terry just wants to get in and trigger. I
just want to make fun because why not? Just to get triggered about nothing and to get response. So.
Right. All right.
Anybody who watches this, I have not seen the movie yet. So, just full disclosure, I have not seen it. So
right, and I haven't seen it either. So our conversation when me and Terry comment, it's just going to be more either questions
don't take what we say as fact for the movie because we don't know what we're talking about.
Right. We're just advocates right now. So let's start with Eddie really was busting at the seams. So let's start with you, man. If you had to give Spider-Man Homecoming a score, let's say 1 out of 10, 1 being Showgirls, 10 being the best movie ever, what do you give it, sir?
I give it I give it a 9.5.
Whoa. Okay, so that's a pretty high score. Yeah, that's high. So, explain to me what were some of the points that stood out for you that made this movie a classic for you?
What made it a classic for me is it started out as like, all right, it started out very, let's say, original. All right, Peter Parker is basically filming everything that he's going through and from the Civil War event, right? And he's like recording on his phone and everything. You see in other scenes, you seeing like the same scene but from a different angle, a different perspective for Spider-Man's perspective, and he's being himself in the movie. So he's being. What I like about this movie is this kid nailed it as far as being Peter Parker and Spider-Man. He nailed it. He did better than Tobey Maguire. He did better than Andrew Garfield because those two, they was actually grown men trying to be a kid. But this is a kid being a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Another point I like to people to understand is he's just learning how to be a hero. I heard people say, well, he didn't fight much. He didn't punch nobody. You got to look at, he has a lot of strength. And in the Civil War movie, he was able to fight against Captain America and old boy with the silver arm. Can't think of his name right now, Bucky. He was able to fight against them because they got the super soldier serum in them, so they can take them.
Winter Soldier.
But yeah, Winter Soldier. But I call him Bucky, same thing. But my point is, he cannot hit normal people because he don't know how hard he can hit them. Just kind of like how Superman is. Superman feels like he's in a box when he's getting ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? He only been able to let loose one time, and that's against Darkseid. You know what I'm saying? And he, so when he let loose, but he have to be careful with normal people. So that's why you didn't see him really fight much. And plus, he probably can't even fight. He's a 15-year-old child. He's trying to be a hero. Another thing I want to point out is this movie is taking from the Ultimate Universe. So I'm very excited for the sequels because I think from my perspective, I think we're going to see things that is going to be shocking. You know what I'm saying? They basically almost introduced Miles' uncle, the guy that's the Prowler. They introduced him. That was
he was in it for like 2 scenes.
Yep. Yeah, he was in it for 2 scenes.
He said, Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. He said he didn't want these weapons in his neighborhood because he has a nephew, which everybody knows his nephew was Miles Morales. So therefore, it may be come down the line we can see another Spider-Man come into the fold. He had the perfect villain and the perfect guy to play a villain. Because Michael Keaton, he nails a bad guy role. That dude is just hateful. You know what I'm saying? And
Michael Keaton is a great actor. You know what I'm
really
saying? He really puts emotion in his roles. There's another movie he had that was called, I think it was called Birdman or something like that. That movie was crazy.
It's like making fun of himself.
Yeah.
This is the crazy thing. He did something that villains don't do. When he was in the car, because he was, it's a twist on why him and Peter Parker's in the same vehicle. He was listening to Peter talk, and he was like, your voice sounds kind of familiar. And he kept on listening. He put 2 and 2 together, and he figured it out. This is the kid that foiled my plan back on the ferry. So, that right there, I was like, oh man, they don't normally let villains figure out who the fucking hero is like that. They have to you know what I'm saying, like stumble up on some shit. Like in the first Spider-Man, the Hobgoblin seen Peter Parker's arm bleed. And he was like, I just got finished fighting Spider-Man and he cut him. Oh, this is Spider-Man. Well, it wasn't like that. He just listened to his voice because, that's common knowledge. So that's another thing that I liked about it. Another thing is, we see the different side of Tony Stark that we've really never seen. Because most of the time, anytime we see Tony Stark, he's an asshole kind of. He's arrogant.
I love it though.
He cares about himself. He cares about the team, but he's like trying to protect the team all by himself. Whereas when it comes to Spider-Man, people thought it was like more of like a big brother, little brother thing, but he actually looked at him as a son. You know what I'm saying? And he gave him some kind of some form of tough love, and he actually, how they got like, okay, with great power comes great responsibility. But that's not in this movie. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say nothing about Uncle Ben. They didn't even go through the origin story because we've seen it twice already. We don't need to see it no
Right,
more.
we know the story. We've been beaten over the head with the fucking story.
Yeah, we know it.
They did
So
mention the bike and Uncle. They hinted at it.
yeah, they hinted at it. He was like, everything May been through, I don't, want to, whatever. And what Tony said to him, you've seen it in the trailer. If you're nothing without the suit, then you don't really need it. So it was a point of time in the movie where, you know what I'm saying, he was being Spider-Man, but at the same time he was being Peter Parker, and he was like very vulnerable. And he had to, you know what I'm saying, if he really wanted to be a true hero, he had to, you know what I'm saying, overcome what was going on. I'm trying not to really spoil it for too much. And that,
I was saying, people
saying,
like, fuck, do I need to go see this shit?
yeah, you need to go see it. I mean, it's a whole lot of things that we've seen in the comic books and stuff. You know how they had like they split the face where like one side is the Spider-Man mask and the other side is Peter Parker's face. You see that in this scene, and it gives him the strength to do what he needs to do. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look at it. He's a fucking kid trying to be a hero. In the other Spider-Man movies, they get bit by the spider. They automatically got kung fu skills and everything. They can,
right.
They can do this, they can do that. You know what I'm saying? They can do everything out the gate. This guy, the suit helped him because he don't know nothing like that. He's just a fucking kid. And he's trying to figure things out with this suit, but then he gets the suit taken from him. So he has to do it all on his own again. It made it a great fucking movie. The only thing that I would say that's why I take, you know what I'm saying, instead of giving a perfect 10, it was, to me, it lacked just a little bit of
look at you trying to pull it. You're trying to pull it. You're like,
yeah, I mean, no movie is actually really just, straight perfect. But this movie was very, very fucking close because it doesn't just jump out there and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like Batman Begins, right? You have Bruce Wayne's training to be Batman. You see his origin story. You see him training. You see him go through all this shit just to learn how to fight. And then all of a sudden he comes and he's just this fucking superhero. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that. You see this kid just learning the ropes. And see, I know I've got the Spider-Man Ultimate Universe stuff, so I know what to expect out of this. But I don't want to have my hopes up because I know any given time they can change this shit, and that's why I say it's not perfect because they can change little things. Because to be honest with you, it's supposed to be Captain America with Spider-Man instead of Tony Stark, but they switched that up.
Seemed like it made it. I mean, maybe better or worse. Having Tony Stark, you get more of a lively role for sure than fucking dry ass Captain America.
And
I think they both kill the movie, in my opinion.
You said they both. You said they both fucking garbage.
Stark or freaking Captain America. Get them out of the way.
Yeah, they didn't. Iron Man didn't need to be in the movie.
No, so he needed a role model. That's the thing about it. See, in the Ultimate Universe, he had a role model. You know what I'm saying? The Avengers was his role model, but Captain America actually, you know what I'm saying, was training him and everything. On how to be.
I thought it was pretty dope.
They just threw him and Captain in there just to say, "Hey, we're part of the MCU." That's the only reason.
And Tony Stark wasn't in the movie like all the time. It was like just specific moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bits and pieces.
1 second of airtime's too much.
That's what I was saying. He could have just easily been a background character.
He was a background character. Like one time,
Mike,
was falling and get ready to drown.
Mike,
and the Iron Man suit came to save you.
So your score. So you know I don't know if you're rated as high as Eddie, but if you had to go 1 to 10, 1 being Showgirls, 10 being Amazing, what do you give it?
I give it an 8.5.
8.5. Okay, so you're kind of there. So what stood out and like what kind of held it back a little bit for you?
Tom Holland and Michael Keaton, great actors. They did a phenomenal job. Excellent. The whole scene where about the Shocker, spoiler alert, on Shocker, that kind of wasn't there for me. I didn't like how they portrayed Shocker. You know what I'm saying there, Preston?
Yeah, he was kind of there and then not there. And
wasn't the first Shocker Tom Hardy?
Well, what they did is they kind of did like what they did with Zemo and Mandarin in Iron Man and Captain America Civil War. They kind of played him, and he wasn't there.
I'm saying, like, the character that played Shocker, wasn't that Tom Hardy?
No. The black guy?
No, not remember his
Oh, you're talking about the white... You're talking about the white guy? No, that wasn't Tom Hardy.
Because damn,
he looked like Tom Hardy, but it wasn't.
Yeah, he looked like him. I thought it was, and I thought they just killed him off real quick.
He's the poor man. He's the poor man, Tom Hardy.
I didn't like that part.
He said a poor man, Tom Hardy.
Oh shit! It's generic brand, Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I didn't like that part where they kind of duped. Well, I'll say that they duped Shocker.
And really,
to us.
I'll talk about that later.
But I really like how they portrayed Vulture off and how they portrayed Spidey off, and Eddie's pretty much nailed everything to the T. What he said on Spidey. He wasn't like planned to be a superhero. He was just still in the learning. He's learning all the powers and what he can do with them yet still, and how he can become the greatest superhero or one of the greatest.
How did you like the action scenes? I mean, like, did they stand out? Are they some of the best in the series, or what?
They stood out on their own.
Okay, I bet was it better than that shitty ass action scene? I think it was Spider-Man 3 with Venom when they were at the clock. That shit was.
This shit was 20 times better than Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Okay, so it was 20 times better than that shit.
Look, the Marvel intro was better than Spider-Man 3.
Okay.
They used the old school Spider-Man cartoon theme song while doing the Marvel reel. They used the old school Spider-Man theme song playing while that was going. That was like a nostalgia touch to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we fucking finally doing Spider-Man, and we're going to do it right.
Right. So Preston, sir, 1 to 10. 1 being showgirls, 10 being amazing. What do you give it?
Let's give it a 9.
A 9? Wait, hold on. What? The way you were talking about it all day, you were like, this movie is...
like I hate the movie. I say it's my
The way you talk about it, you sound like you hate the fucking movie. The way you talk about it, I even introduced you as the other end of the spectrum.
How can it be my second favorite Marvel, or let's say my second or third favorite Marvel movie and my second favorite Spider-Man movie if I hated the movie? I have problems with the movie.
Yeah, all you kept talking about was the problems. You never said I loved it, but here's the issues. Yeah, you just
haven't let me talk yet.
Well, I'm asking you now. You just shot it.
Hold on. I'm gonna go back up. Go back
up, please.
We had a little minor conversation about it prior to going live.
Right.
And this is what Preston said. The story of the movie is basic and bland, but the main characters are good. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, let me talk
You're gonna give it a 9 when you said it's basic and bland. But yet it's a 9.
Is that
bland does not equal 9.
Let me talk about it.
Let me talk. I want to hear what you got to say.
All right, so yeah, Preston, give us some insight on your grading with this movie.
Well, first off, I think Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man.
Okay.
I don't exactly think the whole movie surrounding him is the best Spider-Man movie, but I think he is the best Spider-Man. I like Vulture. He's one of the better villains. To me, Spider-Man movies tend to do very good with villains, besides Venom.
Yeah, that sucked.
They kind of screwed up the Venom.
Venom was fucked up. That was fucked up.
MCU kind of sucks with villains, so it kind of helps them because they need
Iron Man 3 villain really fucked it up for that.
I mean, most of their villains are just kind of bland, in my opinion. Like Zemo in Civil War, he was a bland ass villain. It was stupid. So I mean, Michael Keaton, he's Michael Keaton. He's a god, you know. He's good at everything he does. Like you said, Birdman. That movie was kind of making fun of it, and now he's playing a character with wings.
Yep.
I know.
Yo, did you see the part where he did the Batman thing?
I don't remember.
You know how Batman stands on the edge of a building, you know, looking over the city and
Oh
shit?
yeah, where he was like crouched over.
Yeah.
At the
I
very
was
end.
like, look at him bringing some DC flavor in this shit.
I like his friend or Spider-Man's friend.
Ned.
He was hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a funny scene.
He kind of pops in and out, like he.
I think that's you, Bay. You, Bay, said you critical of everything, though.
Yeah, but I didn't even notice he was part of the decathlon team at first, and then he kind of like popped in at the decathlon team.
He's the reason I take 5 points off because he did something that really irked the shit out of me.
I don't care for what they did with MJ. Really, I don't even know why they call her MJ.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
I mean, I like the actress. But I don't know why they're calling her MJ. It's not too much like MJ. I don't know.
In they call her MJ in this movie, but in like the old
name
one,
is Melissa Jones.
But ain't her real name like Mary Jane?
Yeah, they say
it's supposed to be Mary Jane, but
she says call me MJ.
Yeah, that sounds like that threw me for a loop. I was like, eh.
She's playing Mary Jane Watson. That's what she's playing. But I mean, like, that's kind of awkward.
That's the difference between the comic books and this. They wanted to stand out as much as they can, but kind of stay rooted. And you know what I'm saying, like, really, Mary Jane ain't supposed to be introduced this damn early. You know what I'm saying? They did right with Liz, because Liz was the first girlfriend. And then supposed to be.
I was just saying that personality-wise, like the character.
Her personality was on spot though. It wasn't the Mary Jane Watson's personality, but she brought her own flavor to it.
See, exactly my point. It's not really Mary Jane, and it doesn't. She could have just been any character.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to get to. Like, she could have been any character.
It was like they shoehorned that in right there at that moment. They shoehorned that in. They really didn't even have to do that.
Yeah, she could have been some. They could call her just fucking Zendaya. You know? That's what they could have.
Terry, does it sound like you want to see this movie? Is it what they're talking about? Is it driving you to watch it?
No. I'm still triggered on the thing that Mike said earlier before we went live. You guys don't know, but literally, Mike said something that got me triggered. All right, he went and said that the movie was good, but the story was bad, and I'm like, how can you movie be good if the story is bad?
I didn't say the story is bad. I said the
you
story
did too. You did. You said it had a bad story.
No, I didn't.
The movie was good.
I said it was bland.
That's bland. So what's the difference between bland and not good?
My top.
Mike, what's the difference between bland and not good? Because bland isn't good. It's below good. What's the difference between bland?
That's true, though.
Fried chicken, or would you have some seasoned fried chicken?
Right.
It means it's like meh. The story is meh or bland. It was okay.
Right, it's a movie though, and the whole point of a movie is story. So if the story isn't there, then how can you say the movie is good?
I like it for what it was.
You can't say a movie's good if the story, which is the meat and potatoes of the whole point of even going, is not there. Okay, that's all you're getting is, a side of, carrots while you're going. You know what I'm saying? So you're telling me that the story is meh, but it's still a good movie.
It was.
Right.
Okay, that's like telling someone to go to buy this new bestseller book. Guess what? The story's shit, but the book is good. Who the fuck's gonna read that book? Nobody. That's what you're telling me right now, Mike.
That's right.
Can I finish? I'll go into the story stuff.
See? Yeah. Presto back me up.
No, Mike can't even, over here and, back him.
I'm telling you.
Oh, shit, Mike.
Freaking Preston to dig him out of his hole. No, Mike. Save yourself.
No, I like the action. I like the
sink or swim.
No, I like the action. I like the actors. I like the characters. They were there, but the story was a little bland to me.
So that
really,
means the movie's not
they're
good.
really well. I won't finish what I was trying to say.
Go ahead, go ahead,
I was
Preston.
going through my characters. I like that they added Uncle Miles Morales. I think they could have done something a little better with Donald Glover. I mean, they kind of wasted his talent, in my opinion. 'Cause
Okay.
such a great comedic actor and everything, and he's just kind of there, if you know what I mean.
Right.
He's literally in the
Well,
movie for like 2 scenes. Like,
he wanted to buy a gun or something, but they took and brought him like some high powered shit. He was like, "Look, I just want to hold people up. I don't want to, send them back in time." That shit was
yeah.
funny.
Um, I didn't care for the take on Aunt May. I mean, I guess it's a younger Aunt May, but Aunt May kind of felt like a cougar. I don't know. That's just
Yeah, man.
Okay, what the fuck?
That
What
was
the
funny.
fuck?
That was funny. Where Tony Stark in that limousine, I chuckled, and he was doing a video. They're doing like a video thing, like a video journal. And
I did like how it ended with her, though. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna spoil that, but I like the ending that they had.
Tony Stark's like, "Yes, let's do a video journal." There, Peter Parker. He goes, "Hi, how you doing there, Aunt May?" He goes, "I hope you're wearing something skimpy."
All right, don't ruin everything in the movie.
What the fuck? What?
Look,
Is this Spider-Man?
Aunt May got pepper beef.
She got what?
She got pepper pot beef. Aunt May, I'm trying to tell you, Aunt May, even the Daily Guy.
Aunt May can get the D?
Aunt May. Yeah, Aunt May can
Is
get
that
the
what
D.
you say, Eddie? Is that what you say? Aunt May can get the D.
Okay, look, turns out you seen that movie, My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
You remember the girl from My Cousin Vinny? That's
Yeah.
Aunt May.
From 30 years ago.
Okay, yeah, alright.
Yeah, she's still
But
a
I'm still trying to envision. I don't know, man. I'm looking her up
She
right
don't
now
have-
and shit. Let me
She don't
see.
have gray hair or nothing like that. They had Aunt May was Aunt May look. She don't look like no Aunt May. They didn't
Aunt
even call her
May.
Aunt May. They called her May.
That's what I was saying. Some of the side, like they did Spider-Man perfectly, and then the side characters, they kind of just changed to whatever they wanted them to
They're
do.
just modernizing and streamlining it because if
Yeah.
you go back to the old Aunt May. I mean, if you really look at the comic book from Spider-Man when it came out until now, I mean, Aunt May and the characters have been getting younger and younger.
Yeah, but my thing is like, if you're gonna praise it for doing so good on being faithful towards one, you do gotta say it's not being so faithful towards other things too.
Okay, yeah, Marissa Tomei. Okay, alright,
She's like-
alright. Let me
isn't
see,
she like
let me see.
50 something.
Let's see if she's deable. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see if she's beatable.
Deable. She can get see if she can get the D. Let's see.
Oh, she can get the beat.
I didn't
I don't know. I'm looking.
I didn't care for
Maybe.
the whole love. I didn't care for the whole. I didn't care for the whole love interest stuff in the movie.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't,
Hollywood.
I didn't think they
Man,
needed to do that, but I mean that's every comic book movie. They all force that stupid.
That's just
romance.
Hollywood in general. You can't have a movie without there being a love interest. I mean, that's like one of our podcasts in the past. I got triggered about. I went to go see Transformers, and the whole time I'm watching, a freaking teenage boy, chasing after some ass, and I'm like, no, I'm here to see Transformers. The title's Transformers, not teenage, love story.
It's hormones.
And-
Teenage transforming hormones.
So
Like when I say the story is kind of bland, like it really is I'm gonna track this person here, I'm gonna track this person here. The good part of the story is the character, like the Spider-Man, him learning his. Technically, he wasn't learning anything he could do. He was learning what a suit could do, really,
thank you.
because the suit was the thing that provided all the shit he could do. Because he can't shoot laser webs out of his body.
Well, look at the first version of Spider-Man. They had him shooting damn webs out his arms, and I'm like, hell no.
He can shoot organic webs sometimes.
Nah,
Yeah, he can. Yeah, I thought he could. Yeah.
Spider-Man
Yeah,
always.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Even in the
web
comics,
fluid.
yeah.
In this one, he can't
They
even
changed it
shoot.
because of that movie.
In this one, he can't even shoot organic webs, like at all.
He don't, because he's always made his spider web. He always made the web fluid. That's why he always
I
kept
know,
the
he-
web cartridges.
He can't shoot any webs without a web shooter, which is weird. Like he should still be able to.
He should still be
No.
able to do that for sure.
They only did that for the Sam Raimi movies. That's why they changed it in the comic books. They only did that because of that. Before that, he was making web fluid. And trust me, I know.
Bro, there's decades of comics, man. They're all different.
Yeah, that's true.
Spider-Man is
That's what I'm saying. When you say
always
one
had web
Spider-Man's
shooters.
not faithful, there's like not every Spider-Man's the same.
The only time he could shoot organic web is when he had the black suit, the symbiote.
Which that's the one thing I did like about Spider-Man 3 was the black suit. The black suit was dope.
Yeah, I love the black suit. That's my favorite.
Everything
I
else
think
in the
we're
movie
gonna.
was just kind of meh. But all right, back to
I
the
think.
story. The story is basically track this, track that, track that. That's basically what the story is. But there's the side stories were good in it. Like I like the Vulture story.
Yes.
I like what he was doing. He was cool. I liked Tom Holland learning his stuff. The actual story, like the meat of the story, I didn't care for. I thought it was just kind of basic, like I was saying earlier. But like the side stuff is really good, if you know what I mean. I mean,
Man, just
like,
go ahead and spoil it.
it's not really much to spoil. Like, there's only one thing in the movie I think you can actually spoil, and that's the twist. I'm not gonna spoil that.
Yeah, that twist
But
was.
I
you
do
talking about,
think one of those scenes was very weird. I mean, someone pulling out a gun in the middle of a parking lot with all the kids walking around. I mean, that was kind of.
You talking about when they was having that talk?
Yeah, I was like, the fuck. He just pulled that gun out in the middle of the parking lot. It's like that.
He just pulled. He was like, "Yo, let me talk to you real quick."
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one of those scenes that I was just like, that's kind of out there. Okay, but
They,
let's see. We went through the story, the characters. I think they have a good future with this guy. I think he can grow into a good Spider-Man if they hire the right actor to do Miles. It could be interesting, but they have to get the
So
right
in this
actor.
world, Miles Morales and Peter Parker are exist. Like
they exist.
they both exist in the common world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Miles is a lot younger because when Miles becomes Spider-Man, he's 15. This
Right.
this Spider-Man is already 15, so Miles has got to be like maybe
He's like a sophomore in high
6
school.
or 7 or something like that.
Okay, so Miles and Peter Parker are close in age in this universe.
Well, we don't know how old Miles is. We haven't met him.
If
He's
I had to
into
guess,
that.
I'd say Miles is like not even 10 yet.
The only people who even know that Miles was hinted at were people that read the comics,
Right.
Yeah.
or they looked it up after the movie. Like, who the fuck was Danny Glover, or not Danny Glover? What?
Donald Glover.
I always call him Charles
nephew.
Gambino
I was
now.
gonna say Danny Glover. I'm like, hold up, he in
I'm
this?
getting too old for
That's
this
fucking garbage. Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
I had Charles Gambino on my name or on my mind. I was trying to.
You got like I did when I forgot Winter Soldier's damn fucking name. I had a fucking brain fart. Like, what the fuck is the guy? All I can remember is when Spider-Man grabbed him, he said, "Oh, cool, you have a robotic arm." You know, so it was like almost the same scene from the first Spider-Man with Flash taking punched at it, and he grabbed his arm. And he looked at this shit like, "What the fuck? You see what I'm doing to you?"
Wait, that was another character. That's another character. I didn't really care for Flash that much.
Yeah, Flash was an asshole.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
supposed to be an asshole,
Yeah, he's
but
supposed to be the asshole.
Job.
I just
He wasn't
didn't
a
care
jock
for
player.
his portrayal of Flash. Like, it was just weird.
It was no jocks in this movie, no athletes. Everybody was a fucking nerd.
He was just
And
a DJ
Flash
nerd, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I mean, he gave him one of the worst nicknames. This shit could like ruin the fucking kid through high school. The shit he was down calling. I was like, gosh, dog.
And,
But kids are fucking horrible anyway.
So, like I said, I think they have a good future with this series. It's not my favorite Spider-Man, which, I mean, it could be your favorite Spider-Man. It could not be. I still prefer Spider-Man 2. I like what they did with Doc most of the time. I'm not a guy who... You don't have to be 100% faithful to everything. It's just some things. Like, to me, MJ wasn't, like... That was just... I don't know why they did that. That was just weird.
My beef with Spider-Man 2 is, one, they made Mary Jane Watson look like she started down smoking meth. Because the girl just started losing weight. She started looking pale. Her hair
was a
wasn't
mess.
red.
She was having problems,
She was
remember?
getting bleached out. She didn't start having problems until later on. You know,
Yeah, but I
and
mean,
then,
like, she was still having to deal with getting a jobs and all that shit.
shit. But look, check this out, though. Then okay, Doctor Octopus, he got the arms bonded to him, right? There's no way he's supposed to have super strength, and he's taking full blown punches from Spider-Man. He's supposed to have been dead after the first punch.
Yeah, but it's a
That,
movie, man.
man, now that's
It's
bullshit.
just like how you forgive this movie for all its flaws. I mean,
The only
it's
flaw
a
was
comic
down
book movie.
Flash and Ned almost fucked it up for him because he damn when at the gym scene
That was
when the
great.
girls was talking about Spider Man and Ned just blurted out, "Oh, Peter's friends with Spider Man." I'm like, smack that motherfucker.
He should have said, "I'm friends with Spider-Man." That's what he should have said.
Yeah, he should have said that
Because he don't look like no. Well, I mean, even then, that can kind of like ruin it because his only friend is Peter Parker.
And you see how Michael Keaton, he just put all of that shit fucking together. Like, what villain in any movie you've seen figure out who's
Well,
his
I
damn
mean,
enemy?
when you
It's
have
like
a
family.
15-year-old in your car acting super suspicious, I would probably figure it out too, man. But Peter was acting suspect.
Most movies don't let the damn villain figure shit out. You know what I'm saying? They let the villain do a monologue until, they get fucked up and beat up and shit.
Well, I mean, like that was at the very end of the movie when he figured it out. So I mean, there wasn't really much movie left after he did figure it out.
Do you
I think
do you
it's really
understand
easy to
why
figure it out because of how Spider-Man looks so tiny.
you understand why he told that dude that he didn't know who Spider-Man really was, right? You understand why he did that, right?
Oh yeah, I actually think they're gonna do the Sinister Six though.
Oh yeah, because
Oh please! Now that would be pretty
I
fucking
thought
dope.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 wasn't a good movie, but they were doing some cool shit. And they fucked up.
They just
Preston,
fucked up with the
you
genre.
are super critical. But your
I'm not
score,
being critical.
your scores never reflect your
His opinion.
critique.
I know
Yeah, because
before, like when he said that it was bland and
It means to me the good outweighs how bad the bad is.
but you never talk about the good that outweighed it though. Like
I
you
just
always
did.
go into like the terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know you just did. Now you just surprised me. You surprised me.
Well, y'all don't let me talk about fucking movies. I see movies every week.
You'll be like, you'll spend 2 seconds. Well, this part was good, but then you'll spend like an hour talking about all the bad.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't-
Yeah, but I
you
love the
don't
characters and
usually-
villains, but here's the thing.
don't
You know,
usually have
it
the
made me
time.
throw up in my mouth, and it's like, damn.
You don't usually have the time for me to talk about both.
Well, I've been adding it in the fucking show. I've been putting it in the potluck news. So stop it. You know what I'm saying? I've been hooking
What
you
was
up.
the last
Now,
movie you
and we even talked about the Spider-Man release trailer. We even talked about the trailer.
I didn't like the trailers for the movie.
I know.
I'm
You
gonna
said
tell
that
you
on the
like
last
this.
show when we talked about the trailer.
I didn't think the trailer did a good job, but I mean, a trailer's a trailer, and like I don't think a lot of trailers are good.
And then remember we
The
talked
trailers
about Wonder
actually
Woman.
showed too much.
Remember that?
Well, the trailers show too much for every Marvel movie. That's just Marvel for you, Eddie.
That was what you said on the last show. We talked about Wonder Woman. Remember that?
Yeah, I
If I
like
would have
it.
known,
The trailer for Wonder Woman was okay.
for Spider-Man, I wouldn't have watched
And then Preston, I'm about to blow you out the box too. Remember this? That was supposed to be your movie review music for your show.
You mean when
So
you
don't try to put me
when you
out there and
miss-
say the dedication was not there.
When you
It is.
misheard what I was saying, yeah. I said we were supposed
Here
to
we
be doing
go.
it on the pod. I told you we were going to do it on the podcast, and then you're like, "Oh, I was going to create a whole nother show." I was like, "The fuck."
Oh, motherfucker, you was passionate enough. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to give you an outlet.
I mean, like,
that Wonder Woman.
it's hard.
Let me say
It's
it
hard
like
to do a
this.
review when you just get up there on yourself and there's no one to talk off of.
Okay,
Well,
let's do
I
a
mean, you
review
would have
on
people
Wonder
in
Woman.
there. I mean, you would have. It wouldn't just be you. You just would be leading the show.
But you know what
Wonder
I'm going to go
Woman.
see this weekend, right?
You said
Planet
what?
of the Apes.
I'm going to go see Caesar fuck up some people as well. I'm going to go see.
Planet of the Apes. I do want to see that shit.
My
I
boy
do want
Caesar's
to see
about
that.
to fuck up some bitches.
I do want to see that.
Because Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is one of my favorite blockbuster movies. That movie was fucking awesome.
I
You
like
actually,
Kong Skull Island though. If we talking about motherfucking apes, Kong
we can
Skull
talk about
Island
that
was the
movie too.
shit.
Kong
That
Skull
movie
Island was dope.
that shit was crazy. He was like a wrestler. I loved it.
I
Loved
love
it.
that movie. I only had one issue with that movie, and that was some of the cinematography, if you know what I mean. Like the way the
Damn,
camera.
really? I thought it looked amazing.
Well, like
This
some of it,
motherfucker
like when
said
they did like
cinematography.
scenes, they start throwing smoke to make it look cheaper. Like they were like on a budget, if you know what I mean. Like go
I
back and
mean,
watch
yeah,
it.
kinda, but I mean, I didn't. I was trying to find the low budget shit in this movie. I couldn't see it, so maybe I missed that.
I see too many movies, so that's
I
just one of
see,
my
man.
issues.
I watch Cinema Sins. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but I watch that on YouTube.
Yeah, that
And
makes fun of everything.
that kind of fucks me up with movies too, because I start looking for that shit.
Bro, they be
And
destroying Marvel movies.
yeah, I love that shit. They
God
did.
damn.
What did they do? They did recently. They did. I think they did the Spider-Man movies. They did. In honor of the new movie, they did the Spider-Man movies, and that shit was good.
Yeah. All the Spider-Man movies have flaws. I mean, those movies were made about what 15 years ago now. The first one.
Yeah,
But that third one, man, that one was Venom. That was just like that's supposed to have been the biggest and best one, and they
that shit was garbage. I hated Venom is my favorite character in Spider-Man story. I love Venom.
I can't wait for the new one though. The new one with Tom Hardy.
A new movie coming out with Carnage.
Yeah, with Tom Hardy as Venom. That shit's gonna be awesome.
See now, yeah, Tom Hardy as Venom, yes, but not fucking dude from that '70s show.
He's a big ass motherfucker. Tom Hardy's a big dude.
Yeah, but not
Tom
that
Hardy's
'70s
short,
show.
Man.
No, I'm talking about like muscle wise.
Oh yeah.
He a built ass dude.
Because most of it's gonna be special effects. I mean, we already know
but
that.
Just the thing about it is, how are they going to introduce Venom without Spider-Man? That's what I don't understand. Because they like going back and forth. The Spider-Man being in this movie, would this be part of the Marvel cinematic universe? Or
they already said that Venom's going to be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I just want another Deadpool too. I mean,
Deadpool is a go. It's coming, man.
Deadpool. I'm telling you, right? Deadpool is probably at the top of my superhero list. It would go Deadpool, Batman 1, the first, like Michael Keaton Batman.
You ain't seen them tease Cable? I mean, your boy is like transforming into Cable.
See, that's everything.
If there's a crossover I would love to see one day is Spider-Man and Deadpool.
Because, they do that all the time. Like, Deadpool and Spider-Man always kind of, like, have this clash,
Yeah, Deadpool has, like, just like Wolverine, he kind of has, like, doesn't he have, like, a crush on Spider-Man?
Yeah, well, actually, he thinks Spider-Man's... Because he likes the way Spider-Man's outfit is designed, because it's similar to Deadpool's. And that's his whole thing. It's almost like he's, like, a fan of Spider-Man. And he always tries to fuck with him.
More sense, though, to have a crossover with Spider-Man and crap.
Like X-Men or something?
No. Hold on, I forgot his freaking name.
Fantastic Four?
No. Crap.
Yeah. Fantastic
the Punisher?
Four.
No. Is his name Daredevil? Is that his name, Daredevil?
Yeah, that's happened before in the comic books.
Yeah, Daredevil and Spider-Man has crossed paths before.
Spider-Man and Daredevil are always just like hanging out and talking to each other all the time in like past comics and like past video games. They're like just BFFs. So like, why don't we have a big movie with just them two kicking it?
No, what it needs is all three, and just have like Deadpool sit in the middle, like like try to get chummy with both him and fucking Daredevil. That would be.
See what it is, Spider-Man.
Buying the Blu-ray extra DVD.
Spider-Man's friends are just like every hero in the comic books because, I mean, he started the Marvel. Now, he didn't really start. Who came first? Captain America or Spider-Man?
I think because Captain America goes all the way back to like
1940s.
Yeah, the
40s.
Got started during the World Wars and stuff, and that's why.
And believe it or not, Captain America was black because he was a Tuskegee experiment. But they wouldn't. There was so much blowback as far as having like a black lead during that time for Captain America, so they changed it. But when those first runs of it, he was a black Tuskegee airman. And they ran those Tuskegee experiments, and that's how he became Captain America. So he was.
He became black again. I mean,
He is black now.
So he's back black. They did it again.
Yeah,
Well, I
Sam
mean,
Wilson's Captain
it's
America.
only because Falcon is playing.
Yeah, I'll say Falcon is Captain America.
Oh, okay. So Falcon is now Captain America. Okay.
Which, I mean, I guess that's
there was some
cool, but I
drawback
mean,
on
like,
that.
it would have been cool if they just kind of, I don't know.
Is that the Hydra shit when he turned?
Yes, basically. That's
Yeah.
what
Okay.
that's what they were all planning for. When he turned, Falcon like took over as Captain America.
Yeah,
Now Captain America is Hail Hydra, all Hail Hydra.
yeah, the Marvel comics to me right now are just kind of messy.
Oh, they're going down the shit tank.
Yeah, I mean,
Because they concentrating on the fucking movies so much. All the big stories is going to the movies.
Well, hell, they got to make up for all the shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got to clean up Spider-Man, make sure it's good again. You know.
I couldn't tell you how many people were triggered when they all read that Captain America turned to Hydra. They're like,
I'm sure there's gonna be a twist.
People were so triggered.
He's not actually part of Hydra. There's gonna be a twist, but I mean, like,
it's got to be like a
it's still a
scroll
stupid storyline. Like the storyline's
Oh,
fucking stupid.
But still, people were like so triggered because they were like, "Well, this is the whole point, building Captain America up through this whole story of modern universe." And he was beating down Hydra until he turned Hydra.
About 76 years of fucking Captain America, man. Come on.
Went down the drain. I was
He's
like,
got to be
Those
like a
things that
double
happen in
agent.
real life, though. You go and you fight for something. If you don't get it done, you get pissy and you go to the other side. I mean, it happens.
Right. It's like he's like a double
But
agent.
anybody to think that someone isn't gonna do that is they're living in a la la land, because that does happen.
Well, I mean, but the basis of Captain America
That's why that is a
good
word. Turncoat is an actual word. So the act like it doesn't exist.
Oh, no,
you're
I'm just saying, like,
you're in the clouds.
the basic, the moral of Captain America is that's not something he would do.
Right. Because he's supposed to be straight laced.
He's
Right.
too
Well,
straight-laced.
I don't think any turncoat, was like, you know what? In the future, I'm going to make sure I switch over that side. No, they don't want plans on doing it.
It's just,
That's
like,
true.
like I
That's
said,
not
it's
something
just,
you would
it's just
do.
a
That's
stupid
not something
storyline.
anyone would do usually. That just happens.
It's like DC's finally getting back on track, but their comics are great right now. Their whole
These
rebirth
movies is trash.
DC, no. DC Rebirth is phenomenal, Eddie. You need to start reading it.
No, the movies is trash. I ain't got nothing against the comics.
Well, I mean, they've
I would
had
say,
two bad movies.
uh,
Well, I mean, and Green Lantern, if you want to count that, but
Green
Green Lantern was terrible.
I know.
Yeah, if you gonna count
Green Lantern
the,
was
you
I mean,
gonna
really
count
I
the
will,
early
hands down, say DC's better than Marvel in my opinion, but I will admit that DC movies are ass.
right.
Right.
The only decent DC movie that's come out lately would have to be Wonder Woman. I like the
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
I like the old Batmans. Yes, I love the old Batman.
I'm about to say that like Michael Keaton Batman was the shit.
Yeah.
And I did like Arkham, the Dark Knight. I did like that one.
No. Go ahead and say it. You said it right. You like Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, because those games made up.
They're right there. I love the games though. The game
some of the
Arkham
movies.
Knight, all that shit's amazing. Movies,
I like the
like
old.
I said,
I like
old
the old
Batman.
Superman. I like the old Superman.
The Dark Knight's still my favorite comic film.
The old Superman movies.
Christopher Reeve was a good Superman. I don't care what y'all think.
He just was. That motherfucker was built like a fucking uncle
I'm
though.
sorry,
He
Dean
wasn't.
Kane's my favorite Superman.
Yeah,
Oh, so
I'm
we know who
biased.
she had a crush on, Dean
Yeah.
Cain.
Oh, Dean Kane.
He was a good TV Superman. He was a good TV Superman.
I did like
Man,
Lois
he
and
should've
Clark.
been
The
a
Lois and
power
Clark was dope though. I did like
I
that.
loved that
Yes.
show growing up as a kid.
I loved it. I grew up on it. I like
I'm still upset that it got canceled because they ended up getting canceled on a freaking cliffhanger. So it's I'm still salty.
Yeah, they did.
He
Yeah.
got canceled because of Smallville.
I don't even like.
I like Smallville though. I do like Smallville.
Smallville's good.
Smallville was okay until they
One of the
started
best Lex
introducing
Luthors.
Aquaman.
One of the
Yes.
best Lex Luthors, yes,
Yes.
for sure.
Definitely hands down.
Yeah, I like
I'm telling you right
Smallville.
now,
Because-
Aquaman is gonna mess Justice League all up.
Because
Aquaman looks pretty dope, but I don't know. I don't know.
Amber Heard and that
Aquaman
Amber
got
Heard,
Urban
yeah.
Slain where he's supposed to be talking with royalty because he's the fucking king of Atlantis.
he is a king.
But he's talking like he's from down the street off the
Yeah,
corner.
see, that's one thing I don't like, because that's not how he is. You know what I'm saying? Like Aquaman's not really like that.
Freaking royalty. carry
think
himself and behave like royalty.
Well, man,
what they
Aquaman's
need to
also
do-
not like he's a super white dude with blonde hair.
Yes.
what they need to do,
He's not
they need
Jason
to
Momoa.
give him the characteristics from down Flashpoint Paradise.
You see what I
If
mean?
they made him hateful like that, man, Aquaman would be dope in the damn movies if it was if it was the Flashpoint
I'm not gonna
Paradise.
say it. I'm not gonna say it because I give all movies, like all superhero movies, a chance. But I don't know.
I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know.
Right. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look. I love a lot of the movies. Like I said, Deadpool was just amazing because it was Deadpool, and you can tell Ryan
funny.
Reynolds had so much passion for
did.
this movie. And
said-
go
He
ahead.
had a makeup for
You know why? You know why he has so much
Origins.
passion, right?
You said
Well,
what?
That's how he is in real life.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, but yeah, and it was just great. Like that character. Yeah, Van Wilder was the shit. I love that movie. But Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. That's just how
Ryan
that is.
Reynolds usually plays, an asshole. So
Yeah, but I love it though, because Deadpool, like the way,
he can pretty much pull that off easily without trying.
because people sleep on Deadpool. You don't understand his power. It goes beyond like not getting hurt or fucking being an asshole. It's almost like he can manipulate the environment. In time and space and manipulate it into his puns. And anybody in that vicinity becomes affected. I mean, I was watching a little clip with him and Spiderman. And him and Spiderman were going at it and shit. It was like an animated clip. And it was crazy how Deadpool was fighting him because, Deadpool he's a fucking idiot sometimes, and he also is an asshole. So, he puts these crazy scenarios together, and Spider-Man was just like, I don't even know how to fucking deal with this. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just so weird. It was like during the battle, they all came together on a couch like The Simpsons. And he was like, "What the fuck?" And it was just like, and this is Deadpool's power. You're physically becoming in one of his crazy, his crazy daydreams. It's crazy.
Did they explain Deadpool? He's Mitsuplex from the DC universe.
Yeah,
he can probably do
he
that
has a
shit.
psychological
He breaks
problem.
the fourth wall.
yeah. If you got the power to break the fourth wall, what the fuck?
Also, him being funny and everything is just a front because he's really just a sad dude on the inside.
He is. He's definitely tormented. He's a tormented soul, but
he's one of my favorite characters. I like him.
He's so complicated, but so easy too. He's like simple to understand, but he's also has a deep layer of conflict.
Then can you see
you
why
walk around looking like you screwed a damn avocado? The birth child of Freddy Krueger in an avocado.
Yeah.
I mean, this dude is like. He's like horrible. He has a healing factor, and he can't even heal his face.
Yeah. He can only heal damage. He can't repair his original tissue. Which is terrible, actually. But I love his story, and I thought that was one of the best superhero films I've ever seen. I liked Civil War. Civil War was pretty dope too. I like. I'm gonna say this movie is probably cheesy as fuck, but I'm gonna say it. I don't know if you guys seen it, but it's called Meteor Man. Have you ever heard of that?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen Meteor Man.
Okay, I like. And here's the thing about Meteor Man. Yeah, Robert Townsend. It wasn't the most, crazy graphics. It wasn't like he was a cool character. Honestly, it was just because it was like a black thing. It was like. This dude, Robert Townsend, he's created this character from scratch. And, it was kind of like he was in the hood, and it was something that you can kind of relate. And, I love how we kind of mended that character, even though it was cheesy as fuck, honestly. And there's way more better superhero movies than that. But I still liked it for what it did. You know what I'm saying?
You already know your favorite hero is Captain Planet. Come on.
Hey, Captain Planet will wreck you, dude!
Wait a minute.
Captain Planet will wreck the shit out of a whole bunch of...
I'm talking about Don Cheadle.
Oh, Don Cheadle, the best motherfucking Captain Planet ever created. Don Cheadle, the best one ever. Hey, you guys watching... If you guys are watching... This is what I want you to do. After the show, I want you to go at the top of YouTube search bar and type in Don Cheadle, motherfucking Captain Planet. And then I want you to leave a comment in the comment section and tell me what you think about that shit.
That face paint, man.
Man, that was the best shit I had ever seen, man. And it was Don fucking Cheadle.
That shit was on Amazon videos, and I was watching that show like, Don Cheadle's a damn fool.
Man, I just saw the fucking video thumbnail, and it was Don Cheadle looking back, shooting something as Captain Planet. I said, "What the fuck is this?" And I clicked on
but
it.
Do you know where he's shooting it from?
Yeah, it's this motherfucking shit. Yeah, because remember he started popping. He was popping and shooting his lasers out of his shit. And he was killing like actual people, turning them into trees and shit. So I don't want to give away too much of it. Just after the show, Don Cheadle, Captain Planet, and then leave a comment and tell me what you guys think, because that was pretty fucked up. But the best Captain Planet ever. So I'll take it. If they made a whole movie like it, you can have my money, and I'll drag my wife out. She'll be mad as fuck, and I'll drag her out to go see it.
Now.
Have y'all talked about Wonder Woman already?
No.
No, we did a potluck news segment with it on the show, but it wasn't giant. So.
I started watching it today. I haven't finished it yet, but I started watching Wonder Woman today.
Are you liking it, Terry?
Does it empower you? Because they had a lot of posts like women feel empowered after watching it. Is that true?
I didn't understand that. But.
I didn't
How far am I into this damn thing?
She's a strong female. She's a strong female character.
And so far I'm just thinking.
So you don't feel empowered, because that was the whole thing. It was like when women watch this, they feel like they can rise up. Is that fucking true? I'm just getting a woman's perspective.
Women have been rising up for a long freaking time.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, when the fuck is Wonder Woman?
Feel like they haven't been rising up, because that's been going on a long time. Women have always,
I was just sitting here like, did people not see Terminator or Aliens
or anything before the fucking 70s,
Did they play
60s?
Horizon Zero Dawn?
Well, you go all the way back. You got Foxy Brown, motherfucking Pam Grier. She was wrecking shit. I mean, come on.
Didn't Princess Zelda turn into a damn fucking, not a hero, but ain't she like
chic?
Ain't she like got an alter identity? Yeah.
Yeah, she's chic. Yeah.
It was so random in that game.
I mean, women have been in this shit for a long time, and people that sit back and complain.
I mean, you can go all the way back to Super Mario Brothers. Look at Super Mario Brothers 2. Super Mario Brothers 2, Princess was the best character in the fucking game. She could jump and like fucking float, and float all the fucking obstacles. And her, she could pick up vegetables medium, because remember each character had their own speeds on picking up vegetables and shit.
Mm-hmm.
She was like quick with that too. Like, damn, cheating ass, overpowered ass character.
See, one thing I would say about this year is we've gotten nothing but good comic book movies.
Mm-hmm.
I've liked them all.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell precedent, but
DC gonna fuck that up with Justice League.
Oh, we'll see. I mean, you know who's fixing it up right now, right?
Who's doing it?
The guy who directed Avengers 1 and 2.
Right.
Josh Whedon.
Oh,
the
really?
Nerd guy, man. He's the nerd guy. He's
really?
He's putting he's not.
Mr.
I mean,
Firefly himself.
All he's doing right now is
bad when Warner Brothers had to go to the enemy and be like, "Look, can you please help us?"
Wait, Josh,
he's directing the Batwoman, Batgirl movie.
Now hold on.
He's directing Batgirl movie. That's why they're fixing it up, because he's already part of it.
I'll take Batgirl. Go ahead.
But the reason why he's also there, finishing up Justice League movie is because of the guy's Zack Snyder's son died, and he had to
take a break.
Yeah, and he said he needed some time away. He just needs some time.
Batgirl's the only one that hasn't really done any filming or anything, so Josh Whedon's kind of the one that's free to do it.
And right now, all Josh Whedon was doing on Justice League was putting like the finishing touches, like the finishing video on it.
I'm trying to tell you, if they don't have Superman with a fucking beard and damn, he don't need no cape, just have him in that black damn Superman outfit.
I don't even want Superman in the fucking movie.
Oh, he's gonna be in the movie.
Nah, I don't want him in the movie.
I don't want him in it until the end.
I already seen pictures.
If Superman ain't in 50% of this movie, it's trash.
I don't.
I can probably vouch for that.
I don't think he's going to be in 50%.
Because Superman is like one of the original members of Justice League.
He would have to definitely be in it prominently. Superman would have to be in it prominently.
You can't have Justice League without the founding 7. It would just be weird.
Yeah.
They need to bring Superman in the beginning credits.
No offense, Cyborg is not one of the founding members. Cyborg was not one of the founding members of the Justice League.
Nope. It's Flash, Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, and Green Lantern, and Hawkgirl.
See, the reason I don't care is because Superman's fucking boring.
He's OP, man. So it's like it's not Superman. It's the people who make Superman movies and try to. They don't know how to really fucking do Superman.
It's because
they need to watch the fucking cartoon.
Because he's a fucked up character.
Sentry is a fucked up character. This guy, he only dies when he fucking feels like dying. That's a
lot of fucked up character. I'm just saying that Superman himself is already one of the most fucked up characters ever made.
Now I'm gonna tell you right. I want to talk about Wonder Woman, but Terry ain't finished watching it. The movie, I give that an 8, all because of the fucking end.
So you take off a lot of points because of the end, because she doesn't fist fight.
It's 2 points at the end that I take 2 points from. It's 2 things at the end. And Terry, step away from me.
Step away from me.
Just say whatever you need to say, man.
Terry says she don't give a fuck about spoilers. She's still watching.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch it either way.
Spoiler alert, everybody! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
First of all, why the fuck you got this old ass man? I'm thinking this old ass man is going to, like morph into like, like a fucking god. Like, Ares, the god of war. He's going to be like this chiseled motherfucker that she's got to fight. No, he's this old ass fucking Harry Potter character, right? Then
only because he's old as fuck.
Man, no. These are gods we talking about. He's a god. Why the fuck is he this old man? Then
why does Zeus have a gray beard?
The gods would come down and pick, they would, look like other people to blend in more. Why would he want to stand out and look like this?
God.
He's among men.
If he's a god, he could.
When Zeus would come down to Earth and make
I think they did their part in the movie by not figuring out it's him.
Like an ordinary man.
He blended in perfectly.
He blended in perfectly, but you got fucking power. This is y'all ain't understand what I'm saying. He's a god. He can.
You know why he was an old man is because he was one of the head people of the war. That's all old people.
This motherfucker, man, he was too old, and plus they did not even throw punches. I'm like, wait a minute, man. This is Wonder Woman. She's supposed to go whoop this dude's ass.
They got fucking powers, though. They don't need to use fists.
she didn't even
What's up, Achilles?
I'm just saying, like,
when in the comic book did you see
Supergirl
throw thunder?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. Or lightning.
That spice scene could have been a lot
Supergirl
better.
throwing thunder.
I mean, Superwoman, Wonder Woman. When was the last time you seen Wonder Woman throwing lightning in the comic book?
Thank you.
I don't think she ever threw lightning. Has she?
Like,
no.
And whatchamacallit, if you're watching a Wonder Woman movie, what kind of last ending scene would you expect? Would you expect something like God of War where she's brutal and punching, not killing, but you know what I mean? Like
kinda
fist fight. That's what I was expecting at the end of Wonder Woman.
Because like in the cartoon, she's when she's getting ready to lose, they got to stop her in the cartoon because she's getting ready to like fuck somebody else. Especially when they thought Toy Man had killed Superman, and she was getting ready. He was like, "What you gonna do? You gonna take me to jail?" She said, "No, I'm getting ready to bust your damn head." And they had to stop her.
And then on the island, you see her fighting, like fist fighting. So you see her training, and then she finally gets somebody that she can go full strength on and fight. And then she starts throwing lightning.
Check this out. She went full strength against regular humans. She blew up a fucking church tower, and it was just a regular sniper up there. But then she now don't even fucking fight that God of War like he's equal. And I'm like, come on, man.
When she did fist fight, she was getting her ass kicked. Why would she continue doing it?
Man,
She's just gonna pull lightning out of nowhere. Like,
I don't care if
That,
she's
that's that,
white.
I give it a like I said, I give it an 8 because from the beginning to the end, it was good. It's just that last fucking fight scene. I got a problem with the character, the Ares character, and I got a problem with the fight scene. That's
I give it
other than that.
I give it a 9. The whole movie and it's still what Wonder Woman was to me, and it gave it a really good. It was a really good origin movie. Like I said, even from beginning to the end. Oh, well, until the final fight was like an awesome movie, but the final fight was just a letdown for me. And then even after the final fight, it was still good.
Yeah, I gave it a
And
9.
it didn't remind me of Captain America: The First Avenger, which I thought it was gonna like go in that kind of direction, but it wasn't even like.
That's one of my
I
that
didn't
was one
even
of my
think about
favorite parts of the movie is the fact that they weren't so Americanized.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
when you guys were
That
talking
was
about
dope.
Deadpool, his face regenerating, was that just movie Deadpool that y'all were talking about?
No, in the comic books, his face is fucked up.
But you know why his face is fucked up and why he has all those scars? Those scars are actually all over his body. But you know why?
Some
Because
kind of
it's
fucking
cancer,
experiment.
and his body is steady healing it, but the cancer is continuously growing faster and
Yeah,
faster.
same thing
So
they
how
said
come
in
he
the
didn't
movie.
never get a blood transfusion from Wolverine, who fucking cured
No, no,
every
no.
damn disease on the planet?
His cancer is just really, really strong and really advanced, and his healing factor is constantly fighting it off. That's what it is.
Oh,
So
yeah, they
and
said that in the
Maverick the
movie
same. Well,
too.
Maverick, damn, you remember Maverick from the comic
It's
book?
different from the movie because the movie they gave it to him.
That just makes Deadpool sound like even more of a stupid character to me.
Oh,
Because now you're telling me
I'm
he's got
triggered.
cancer and his body's constantly fighting it off. That would mean that his if all his cells are working to fight off cancer, he would not have anything left in him to fight. To be regenerating
Well,
and healing
it's
and
not
doing what
his-
he's doing. His
it's not
body would be
his-
too weak.
Well, he's got more than just that power, though. That's the thing, though. Is Deadpool's powers are like. There's a lot of things that he can do that you don't think he can do. Like if he can manipulate.
Deadpool's just a bullshit character. It's all it is.
Deadpool is
It's not
actually a
taking
gag.
But I
everything.
mean,
He's a gag character. He's like a. It's
He's meant to
Slade
be a
Wilson.
joke.
He's supposed to be like. It's supposed to be like. You remember Slade from the Superman comics? Not Superman. The
Teen
fucking
Titans.
DC shit.
Also,
Yeah, he's basically a ripoff of Slade. That's why they call him Wade. And he's not. He's really just a gag character. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever you see Deadpool, expect some bullshit.
Yeah, but that's
just
what I
how it is.
supported. That's why I supported it because it's like when I know Deadpool is coming, the shit is crazy. The
Did you
shit is
not-
about to be fucking
Yo,
insane.
Danny, did you not see the trailer to Deadpool 2?
I saw that when he was in the phone booth and the
Yeah.
person needed fucking help.
That was the one.
That shit had me rolling. So Deadpool 2, bring it on, please.
just grab his ass, lock him inside a freaking cat sanctuary, and you're done. That's all you gotta do. That's, people, it's like it's just a
He
shit.
can,
I'm
he
sorry,
can
I have
hop
no
off
love
the
for
table.
Deadpool. He's such a dumb character.
He can hop off the
He's that Mary Sue. He can do everything,
really
but
hop
then his
off.
one weakness is freaking cats. Come on.
I love Deadpool. Deadpool is one of my faves.
I want to see what they do with Cable.
It's
That's
just
what.
he's just
Yeah,
idiotic.
that's what I wanna see.
I can't stand him. I cannot stand
I
it.
like Cable too. Cable's a motherfucking beast, though.
Now, did you see the part where they like trolled the movie Logan? In that
Yeah, I
part?
saw that shit. Hell yeah. That was amazing. That's what I'm saying.
By the way,
Just-
Achilles.
Yeah.
She does get the powers in the comics to throw lightning because she gets it from Zeus.
Now, speaking of trolls,
Because that's where her equipment came from. That's why she could throw the lightning.
So she gets the power
See,
later on.
Wonder
from
Woman.
Zeus. When does Zeus give her
No,
that power?
remember the equipment she put on during the movie? Because she's the god killer from Zeus.
Okay.
That's where she learned the
So-
ability. That's why she went god
So she
mode.
learned it. She just learned out
She
of
learned a lot
nowhere.
of shit at the end of the movie.
At the end of the movie, at the end of the movie, the last second, she just knew
She just
that her
knew.
gauntlets, like because
She
at the
learned. She's
beginning of the
learning her
movie,
full
she could
potential.
have, or
Well,
when she was in no man's zone.
time where they just magically learn shit. I mean, freaking
No,
Starbucks.
no.
Okay,
See,
no, no.
Ares told
This
her.
is what I'm telling you.
That she is the God killer,
Hold on,
not
hold
the
on.
sword.
Listen, no.
And then
Let
that's
me
when she
go.
just went God mode.
So
I'm gonna
where was this lightning? Where Doomsday was?
Yo, hold on. I'm gonna clear this all up. Achilles,
That's
hold
what
on.
I want to know.
Achilles,
But
hold
she
on.
let Superman die.
Right. Because if she was already chilling with Superman and them in the one movie, then she should already have been shooting lightning at Doomsday.
And the Wonder Woman movie is set in 1940.
Well,
You
we
know,
don't
that
talk
should've
about
been- she
Batman
should've-
versus Superman because Batman versus Superman's kind of.
Yeah, I'm
No. Batman versus Superman is
It's the
canon.
universe.
It's canon.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, we don't talk about it because it wasn't even the movie itself
Good.
wasn't even.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Batman
What's
was
the first rule
dope
of
though.
Fight Club? What's the
Achilles.
first rule of Fight Club?
What's up?
Do not.
Yo,
talk about
you want to know where you want to know where Wonder Woman got her powers, right? The lightning power.
Yeah.
All right. If y'all didn't watch, I know y'all didn't see
From
it.
her bracelet.
No, she didn't get it from her bracelet. She went towards her invisible airplane, jumped in the invisible airplane,
Okay. There we go.
and read the handbook on how to throw lightning.
There
Bam.
we go.
Man, look, I'm gonna break it down.
Hold up.
Wonder Woman's father.
What the fuck was that?
That's why she.
I don't
That's
even-
why she's a god. She's a half god. I think Avery shot the lightning at her, and she damn fucking made it rip the shit off her down and shit and hit her back. That's what I think what happened. I got it right.
Yeah, that's what happened. But still,
So I'm just saying she does have the ability in the
it was just anticlimactic for me to see like a Dragon Ball Z level fight in Wonder Woman. That's just what it is.
Wrong one. I did this.
He said a Dragon Ball Z fight.
I
He
actually
said
thought
1 minute
that
she's in the ass with the dude, she went super.
You thought that was the real shit?
it was fitting.
Terry, you want me to do this? It's...
Yes, thank you.
Oh shit.
Wonder Woman's another
Alright, I ain't gonna do you like that.
All right, now hold on. Speaking of trolls, though, spoiler alert. Did you all like the ending towards the movie of that spoiler?
Which one?
Spider-Man.
The troll.
The troll scene.
The troll scene. That was
you,
hilarious.
You've been sitting here. You've been patient. Patience is good, and sometimes it's bad because
All these people are there. All the
that's
people in
not
my
going to
theater.
happen.
Yeah, all these people in the theater where I was at, they were like, hold up. There's always a secret ending. There's one more ending after this one. Hold up. We're all sitting there watching the credits, and all of a sudden that scene comes on, and he's like, yo, people, you all feel pretty stupid sitting here, didn't you, watching this?
We were all
It
just
was
like,
the ultimate troll scene.
Damn.
So the scene was Captain America. He comes up on the scene, and Captain America goes, you all pretty feel stupid, don't you? Sitting here waiting at the very end to watch that video.
yeah, he was.
I never understood why people care about the stupid extra ending at the end. The extra ending at the end is never anything worth watching anyway.
I know, usually it's like a bad angle and you can't tell who the characters are coming up.
It's
It's
a
like,
little
the fuck?
cameo for something they want to work on. It's not even worth your time. Just wait for it to happen.
Typically, the end credits are for people who really know the comics.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, like the end credit.
You won't know what's
the end
happening
credit,
unless you actually know the comics.
What was the end credit of one of them?
I read the comics and I've seen those endings. They don't have even in there.
They had
What was
Nova
it?
and
Which
wasn't
movie they
it
had?
Guardians?
Yeah, they have Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever. Yeah, but you know what? Still, they don't need to have that in the freaking movie at the end.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought that shit was... Yeah.
They don't need to do like with the Spider-Man. They didn't need to do a post.
Guardians of the Galaxy was good. Guardians of the Galaxy was a good movie.
And
It
Spider-Man,
was good. It just wasn't better than Deadpool. But it was alright.
the new Spider-Man, they didn't need to do any post credits because they weren't really anything special.
I like to see
The only
Dr.
thing I like about
That's why they
Octopus.
trolled the shit out of us.
I don't
Spoiler
like
alert! Spoiler alert! The only
Spoiler.
thing, the big spoiler alert. 'Cause I've been wanting to talk about this ever since I've seen it.
Spoiler
The
alert.
fucking Iron Spider suit. The Iron Spider suit. Was so
Dude,
fucking dope.
that
He's
was
gonna
very
wear it.
Damn.
He's gonna wear it in Avengers. We already know it.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
dope.
yeah.
I thought that was pretty. I thought that was pretty cool. He actually turned
And
it
the
out.
thing about it is, he hadn't figured out everything in his regular suit yet. But
Yeah.
Tony made that Iron Spider. Then Pepper Potts shows up, bitch. Remember, she ain't been in the movies in a while.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
With
and now
that
she pops
contract
up.
issues.
Probably so. And probably fucked up her character in Iron Man 3 because she's supposed to have powers now.
Thought that was pretty cool. He kept on,
No, at the
calling
end of
the-
Iron Man 3, I think they took the powers out. I don't know how the fuck they did that, but
I don't know.
Iron Man 3 was a mess. I'm gonna go there.
Yeah, Iron Man 3 was not the best one. The only thing good about
It was
Iron Man 3
alright.
was the suits.
It wasn't even all right. It was
Yeah.
trash. It was trash.
The only good
It
thing
was cool
was
to see.
Iron Man started learning it to be a character, and then they fuck it up in the next movie.
Right. I was
It's
so.
like, he's like in a circle loop of characterizations. Like he learned something, then right back to his old fucking way. I'm like, this motherfucker.
I was so.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. The first Iron Man movie was good.
I thought it
The
was
second
excellent.
one wasn't good, and the third one wasn't good. And Robert Downey Jr. was like, okay, I'm not doing no more fucking Iron Man movies, but I'll pop up in everybody else's movies.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is great as Iron Man. His movies are just kind of like after the first one. I think the first one is still probably one of the best Marvel movies.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, first
The
one was
first-
dope. I actually liked the second one.
Second was good. The third
Which
was
one?
bad.
Which one had the old boy with the whips? What's
That's
his
the
name?
second one.
Second one.
Yeah,
That was-
now, I love the way they portrayed his character as well.
Whiplash.
I thought Whiplash was looking. That shit was dope, and like I said, the second one wasn't as great as the first one. The second one was just, it was okay, but the third one, the graphics was dope, but everything else was garbage.
I was so pissed off when I left that movie. I actually got my money back. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
I demanded my money back. I was like, dude,
What they did to the Mandarin was fucked up.
Yeah.
it was Lord.
A lot
Yeah,
of
man,
people-
it was like, what the hell is that shit? Yeah,
The
I-
man
Oh
was
my
supposed
god,
to
that
be
was
in
so
the
good,
cause
but
of the
twist, I'm
first
like,
game.
oh, fuck you, man.
Dude, I went into that theater so excited to see the Mandarin because I was like, man, he's going to wear the rings of power. He's going to like lay out Iron Man because that's Iron Man's greatest arch enemy.
right.
And then you're supposed to see the
And they made him a bitch.
And then they made him a troll. Like, yo, what's up?
Right, he was like a fucking reality star, and she's like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?"
He was like Eugene. He was like Eugene for me. I was like, dude, really?
I didn't get it. I didn't get why they changed them so drastically. I didn't understand that. It was like, I mean, I get the Marvel movies, they change a lot, but I couldn't understand that drastic of a change for the Mandarin. It was just weird.
But let's be real. Captain America has had the best 3 fucking movies.
I didn't like the first one that much, honestly.
I didn't like it.
The second one I liked, and then Civil War was, I thought, the best one.
I like the first one because he actually went against the Red Skull, and they didn't do no bullshit. The Red Skull was not no bullshit bad guy.
I like
He
them
was
all.
his fucking equal.
Red Skull was pretty dope. Yes.
Yeah, and then you got to like they showed off the Tesseract and all that shit and everything. And then the second one is just showing off their fucking Captain America's fucking fighting skill when he took out them 10 motherfuckers in that elevator. That was dope.
Yeah, that was cool. Yes.
My favorite Marvel movie is Winter Soldier.
Well, my favorite
mine's
is
Deadpool.
Spider-Man
That shit,
Homecoming.
Winter Soldier to me is the top. Like, I don't know if Marvel's gonna be able to top it.
I'll go
I like
Deadpool.
Civil War. I'm talking about like the MCU. I'm not talking about Deadpool or X-Men.
Not Marvel movie as a whole. Marvel MCU.
My top MCU movies is Black Panther #1.
Yeah,
Hell, it ain't even out yet. Hold on, wait, what? Now, granted, I'm just as hype as you are, Eddie, but I can't let you give me that motherfucking shit.
I don't look. Wait a minute, no. I done seen the trailer enough times to know. Look, this is gonna be a solid movie. Then Spider-Man: Homecoming. Then Civil War.
Every movie where you say you've seen that trailer and now you know it's gonna be dope. Guess what? You just saw the whole movie. The only thing good is when
That's true. They give out way too much.
The Spider-Man trailers weren't as whatchamacallit. It didn't show as much as we thought they did.
Right.
I think they showed a lot in the trailer.
Yeah, I think they did show too much in the Spider-Man. If I would have known that was going to be the final trailer,
they showed all the good stuff, and then there's no point seeing the movie because then you go and you see the movie and there's nothing there worth seeing.
Actually, so, you know, since Achilles is here and he just kind of like joined us, what do you think of Spider-Man: Homecoming? Everybody's already laid it out. What do you think there, Achilles?
What was your score? Let's do the score. Official score. 1 being Showgirls, 10 being amazing. What do you give it, Achilles?
A 9. It was the best Spider-Man movie they made.
Woo!
Okay.
See, everybody gave it. Mike, you the only one that gave it the lowest score, 8.5.
But hell, I thought motherfucking Preston's score was gonna be the lowest.
I don't know. These scores just don't make sense to me because everyone's giving them a high score, but then they're being so critical and all this shit, and it just.
That's them.
8.5 is not a bad
Achilles stupid.
It's the best movie of all time. You're rating it 9 because it's the best Spider-Man, then you're not rating it based on the properly on the scale.
I give it
Are
a
you-
9.5.
The scale system at all is just bullshit.
It's the IGN scale system. We're
I gave it a 9.5 because of Ned and Flash. Flash was too much of a fucking asshole, and Ned almost fucked up the whole damn shit. He redeemed himself later on. He redeemed himself by being the guy in the church.
No.
He
My
redeemed
scale
himself.
system,
damn
my
was
scale
when he said he was
system
watching
had nothing to
porn.
do with the other Spider-Mans. I'm saying that this is the highest rated Spider-Man movie that I rated.
This is for you
You know what I'm
personally.
saying?
This is the best
Personally.
one.
Like my score just goes based off of feel, how Tom Holland actually made me feel like he was Peter Parker all through the movie, even when he was in the suit. His personality, how he always cracked jokes. I felt like he was Spider-Man, even though the story wasn't completely stripped from the comic book. I still had a Spider-Man feel from him, and that's why I gave it a great rating.
So basically, Achilles, you're saying the story was a little bland.
No, I'm not saying it was bland at all. I'm
Yeah,
saying
see,
it wasn't-
exactly. See, Terry, see, there's a correct score, Terry. He's saying it is not bland, and he liked the story, and he loved the characters.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whereas Mike's like, the story is bland, but the movie's so good.
Yeah.
No,
It wasn't bland at all. It's just what I was saying is it's not ripped from the comic book, so it's something fresh. I wouldn't say it's bland at all. It's fresh, and I still have a Spider-Man feel from it. It's not like when I was watching Superman. It wasn't like the Superman movie where I didn't feel like that was Superman at all during the whole movie.
I felt like
You know
I was
what I mean?
watching like fucking like
He couldn't even
Oxygen
do
Channel
that.
or something, like Oxygen or something, or fucking
He
E News or
was-
That's
something.
why I zoned out during the movie.
He was too big to be a Clark Kent.
Have to watch Superman stuff.
Well, I can see him being kind of built up, but I just couldn't get all the fucking
But see-
melodramatic shit. It was like
see-
really, this is Superman. I don't feel like being pulled down into a super emo, feeling depressed
But
bullshit.
see, this is the thing about it. Clark Kent is a fucking klutz. He was never a damn klutz. He was never fucking down tripping over his own shoelaces or saying something quirky around Lois. He was just like, okay, we're going to just get rid of the nerdy Clark Kent. We're going to give the women just beefcake.
This
Clark
old
Kent. And I'm
melodramatic fucking HGTV Clark Kent and shit. Shit's bullshit.
Yeah,
If you were to put Peter Parker's and Spider-Man's top 10 qualities on a bulletin point, I think Tom Holland would have hit every single point that you would have thought of.
Yeah, because he was actually a fucking kid.
That too.
Tobey Maguire was fucking
He
30
felt like
years
an
old
adult.
when he did Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, Tobey Maguire was going into college, so he looked like a college kid.
And damn, Andrew Garfield, if you look at Amazing Spider-Man, you can see this is in a 5 o'clock shadow.
You guys, that's another thing that, it's a stereotype that college means you have to be, 18, 19. No, you realize that there's still 50-year-olds going to college? There's no
Right,
age
that's
for
true.
college.
It's true.
When I went to college, you realize that most people that were in my college were in their 40s. I had more 40-year-olds in my school than I had freaking kids fresh out of high school. So don't.
damn.
I'm sorry, it just drives me nuts when people are like, "Oh, he's in college. He has to be, fresh, out of high school." No, you fucking don't. Not unless you need to, don't.
Peter Parker's supposed to be a
Yeah, it
kid,
drives me nuts.
and Tom Holland nailed it because he's a fucking kid. When he got the role, he was 16 or 17 because he did the Civil War shit first.
Well, yeah, he's
Then he
20
did
now.
Spider-Man. Yeah, he's 20 now.
All right. Well,
20
let's do
playing
this. Let's
He's 20 playing
go.
a 50-year-old.
Let's do this. Let's go left to right, final scores, and then we'll go ahead and close this thing out. So let's start with Achilles. Let's just get your final score and a small little say about it. So final score for Spider-Man Homecoming.
9. Perfect Spider-Man feel from it. A lot of cool things. The only thing that I really didn't like from it is that it's more of a, like, if you're looking at a Civil War prospect, it's more of like him on a Tony side, and there was no like Captain America. I didn't see any like conflict in between the if I should join Cap's side or Tony's side, like in the Civil War comic. But besides that, it's a great movie.
Okay. All right. Next up, we got the Gooch. Eddie, final score and small little why.
I give it a 9.5 because it could have been perfect, but it wasn't because there was just some things that like kind of irked me, which was Flash and Ned. The good thing about it is it shows Peter Parker learning to be a hero. I heard people talk about how he didn't use no Spidey senses or nothing like that. He probably haven't like fully learned how to control his own power. He said himself he's a 15-year-old kid that can lift 300 pounds. So
I want to say he did use it, but
right.
It's like certain moments. There's certain moments, you kind of seen him use his Spidey sense, but he didn't know what the fuck he was really doing. He was just dodging shit,
All right.
But
all right.
it was 9.5 best Spider-Man movie that's made.
All right,
Facts.
Big Mike.
So, like I said, I gave it an 8.5. I like the characters. I like how Tom Harlan portrayed Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. I like Michael Keaton as the Vulture. They told a good story with him as the Vulture. Ned was pretty cool. Thought it was kind of weird, Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, having like a assistant in a way, doing all that kind of stuff. But other than that, I gave it 8.5.
Okay, 8.5. All right. Preston, final score and why?
I gave it a 9. I like the main characters. I didn't really care for the side characters that much outside of Ned. I thought a lot of the side characters were kind of throwaway. I didn't think the love interest stuff was needed. The story was the main story was kind of bland, but the side stories I thought were better. Like, I didn't care for the whole, I'm gonna track you here, I'm gonna track you here, I'm gonna track you here. That gets kind of tiring after a while.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care for the final fight scene either. It was kind of like a CGI mess. But
you still got a 9. Really, I'm trying to figure out why you gave this movie a 9. Okay, all right.
He gave it 9 because he's a fan of Spider-Man.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
okay, Terry.
Tom Holland carried the movie. He was great. I thought everything Tom Holland was doing was great. But I still have problems with the movie. But I mean, I got problems with every movie except for Breakfast Club.
I swear you were starring in the Breakfast Club. You were the dude with the fucking leather jacket on and shit. I can't remember his name. What was his name? Dom.
Bender. It's Bender.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's who you are, Preston. You're that fucking asshole who trolls everybody in detention. All right, so Terry, you going to see it or not?
I'll see it. I'm not going to go to see it, but I'll see it eventually.
Okay, so you'll see it. So Cody app it is.
All
right.
Because I haven't seen it, but you know what? I want to rate the rating system as a 0 because it's a piece of shit. And
Hey, this show can be molded into a better system. I'll try to come up with a better system.
I'm just saying this rating system is sounding, like so broken. All right.
I gotta fix it on the Preston curve.
And 10 is the best movie ever made, and then people are like, "We're gonna give it a 9," but it has these problems. So
the problem with y'all is y'all think
shy a best movie ever made, and there shouldn't be there shouldn't be that many problems in it.
You got ratings work. You can give a movie a 9 and still have problems with it.
His rating system is trash. I'm sorry.
Not my
Terry
rating.
is full.
Not mine.
Yeah, Achilles' rating was actually more on point.
I'm 100%.
Best Spider-Man movie, in my opinion. That's not what the scale was even on.
I know. Because Showgirls was like the worst movie ever made.
Yeah, I'm rating the scale system as a flop. So.
Preston fucked everybody over.
Yeah, Preston fucked up the scale system.
I already said the good outweighs the bad. I mean, I gave it a 9. I don't know what the problem with my rating is.
I don't know, man. You just sound.
It just means there's more good than total bad.
You have to have a shit ton of bad in your system. You have to have a shit ton of bad for it to be dropping that many points. Because you have something wrong, and it's only one good low.
I don't have a shit ton of bad. I have like what?
Have a lot bad before
Preston.
the way you're scaling it. Jeez.
What
I
you score
literally had
Batman
like
vs
3 or
Superman?
4 bad things.
Preston, what you score Batman vs Superman?
I probably gave that like a 5.
Oh.
Man, this shit got a 2.
Yeah, that shit was like a 4. Even though I love Batman in the movie, though, he was right. They did him correctly, but everybody else, Batman was like fucking.
Batman in that movie.
He was like fucking Arkham Batman. That's the shit right there.
I'm gonna tell you, your boy played Bruce Wayne good, but he fucked up with Batman.
Nah, I like that Batman. I like.
No, I like Batman better than the Bruce Wayne part.
That Batman didn't give a shit about nobody, and like Batman, he's always trying to, pull.
No, but here's the thing, though. When Batman first started, though.
In that movie, no, this is legit. Batman always, pulls the fighting away from, Gotham. He wants to get, he doesn't want any risk to civilians ever.
Well, yeah, that's true.
What's he fucking doing? He's shooting in fucking crowds. He's raising shit down the street and whipping through buildings and shit. Batman doesn't do that stuff. He tries to protect the civilians.
And the
Not fucking doing this freaking Superman.
Batman changed a lot in the comics.
No.
To add on to that, Batman
No, it's not Batman. I'm sorry.
Well, then you only know one Batman. There's more than one version of Batman.
All right. Well, let's do this. Let's end the show because this conversation can go on.
He didn't need to show his bare ass. Didn't nobody need to see Batman's ass? Who fucking does that?
You're right. That was terrible. So All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and close the show. I want to thank everybody for coming. Achilles, Cool Cat Terry, motherfucking Eddie, Big Mike, Preston. For y'all guys for busting at the seams. I know you want to talk about this. So this is going to become a thing. So we'll get it more together as we do more episodes of this. And hell, as we watch more movies, because I need to catch up. Obviously, I don't watch enough movies.
You start taking your butt to the movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the movies, Cody. And
stop waiting for the fire stick to load up.
That's exactly what I'm about to do. No, I'm gonna have to start going. So
you got a wife, you take her.
So I can add to the conversation. Add more to the conversation. So I feel you. I will start doing that. So
but who's gonna go see the Planet of the Apes?
I'm gonna check out. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drag my wife out to Planet of the Apes, and then we'll do our movie review of it. So everybody, if you want to get on the show, make sure you watch it and shit. So we can have a discussion about it. So I won't be such not in the loop. So I definitely wanted to join it more with the Spider-Man conversation, but I haven't seen it yet. So. But I'm definitely going to check it out. But yeah, everybody, this is going to be a thing. So maybe Saturdays. It may switch up, alternate. We may do movie reviews, and then we do our viewers thing on Saturdays. So check us out. I guess around 9, 10 o'clock, something like that. That's when we're all available, at least for today. So we'll do it like that. But yeah, check us out Fridays too, 9 o'clock. That's our main show. The platform. Just come check us out. I think we're doing Persona and Jabari for next week.
Oh shit!
Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
Okay, so we got half of the council coming. So Mike, usually I try to task you at doing that shit so you can gain lives. So get that, get that shit set up, and I'll give you another continue and shit. You'll have another continue. So, all right, well, shit, we all gonna roll out. I appreciate everybody for watching. We all appreciate it, and we enjoy you taking your Saturday out and checking us out for our fucking opinions on shit. And hell, we out.
Castlevania anime was trash.
They can still hear that in the video.
Yeah, they can still hear that.
I miss people to hear that. I felt it was like one long anime split up into 4 parts.
We're on an outro, man.